Hi, welcome to Amyloids, Friends or Foe. In today's episode, we will be covering the pathogenesis of amyloids and their involvement in Alzheimer's disease. Amyloids are believed to be involved in a number of neurodegenerative diseases. These include Huntington's disease, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease. Here are a few familiar faces of people you may recognize that have suffered from these debilitating diseases. For the purpose of this video, we will mainly focus on Alzheimer's disease, due to it being the most common and researched of all the diseases. Alzheimer's disease, a type of dementia, was first discovered in 1906 by Alois Alzheimer. Currently in the UK, there is an estimated 850,000 dementia sufferers. This number is predicted to reach a whopping 2 million by 2051. Of these 850,000 dementia sufferers, Alzheimer's makes up 80% of all cases. This just shows how prevalent Alzheimer's disease is in comparison to the other neurodegenerative diseases. Symptoms of Alzheimer's disease include cognitive decline involving memory loss, lack of visual perception, lack of language, and lack of concentration. Other symptoms involve behavioral changes such as depression and hallucination. The hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease are the deposits of amyloid beta, which form the characteristic amyloid plaques and neurofibrillary tangles. A perfect example of this cognitive decline was seen in a series of self-portraits by the artist William Utter Molan. In 1995, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and drew a series of self-portraits for the following 5 years. The decline in his cognitive function is conspicuous. In comparing the portrait in 1967 to those after his diagnosis, we can see the slow and progressive nature of the disease. By 2000, the image he drew was unrecognizable. Alzheimer's disease arises as a consequence of APP processing. There are two types of pathways: the amyloidogenic pathway seen to the right and the non-amyloidogenic pathway seen to the left. During the non-amyloidogenic pathway, cleavage by alpha and gamma secretases give rise to the non-pathogenic soluble protein P3, while cleavage by the beta and gamma secretases in the amyloidogenic pathway give rise to the insoluble amyloid beta protein. Aggregation of this amyloid beta protein gives rise to the characteristic amyloid plaques presented in the brain of Alzheimer's sufferers. The presence of these amyloid plaques has been speculated to be a direct cause of Alzheimer's, as described by the amyloid cascade hypothesis presented by Hardy in 1991. Now that we have seen the pathogenesis of amyloids, in the next episode we will go on to functional uses of amyloids. Thank you for listening. Amyloids, friend or foe?